Hey guys, what's going on? Sincere here with whoissincere.com and All Rights Matter TV on YouTube and DTube. Listen, guys, I wasn't going to cover this story. It's a little tit for tat between Laura Ingraham of Fox News and LeBron James. These things happen all the time. Sometimes um, they're they're just made up in the media just to garnish a little bit of attention or to take attention off of something else. So there's a lot of important things going on. Wasn't really, this isn't really that big of a deal, but um it is kind of a big of a little bit of a deal in a way. First of all, I do want to address the fact that what LeBron James said in the segment, if you don't know, you could just search YouTube and find the clip. What he said in the segment, riding in the back of the car about Donald Trump. Pretty much, he's a grown man and he's entitled to his own opinion. He's allowed to vote in this country just like anyone else. So for anyone to um, tell him to shut up or that he doesn't deserve an opinion, um, that's just not what the country is built on. That's just not how America operates. People like that would probably do better in a dictator society. Somewhere where free speech is not really tolerated. Um, this man is not a felon. Um, this man has paid his dues to society, um, and he's paid more than his fair share towards society. Um, he's remained humble for the most part when people, and largely for the most part when people disrespect him inappropriately, disrespect him. Um, does he have strong views and opinions on Donald Trump as far as, just being frustrated with them and doesn't feel like he's really looking out for minority communities in America? Yes, and rightfully so. He's allowed to that opinion. He's completely entitled to that opinion. He didn't threaten the man. He just pretty much voiced how he felt about that particular individual. Let's be clear. The president, okay, is just the president. That's it. The president of the United States he's not a god. He's not a deity. He's not a king. Um, it's not any kind of uh fascist dictator. He's none of these things. He's just the president. He holds the highest administrative office in the land, and he happens to be the head of our armed forces. Now that's a big deal. It's a big deal. But he's still just the president. He's another human like you and I. He's subject to judgment. He's subject to ridicule. This should be normal. This should be easy to understand. And those who participate in a society, those who have children in a society, those who have a family structure within a society, um, you know, those people are entitled to their opinion about about the person that is leading the affairs that directly involves the lives of the people that they love. Completely entitled to an opinion. So for Fox News host Laura Ingraham to go out of her way to tell LeBron James to just shut up and dribble in a very snarky, one-sided, racist rant. That's pure dog whistling. That's dog whistling 101. If you don't know what dog whistling is, look that up. That's what Laura Ingraham is doing. There's nothing else to say about that. That's dog whistling 101 for that certain segment of the Fox News population who are more prone to be Fox News / Breitbart readers. So These kind of people that consume this kind of information and that have more of an alt-right lean on the conservative side, that's a dog whistle for them. Okay, just shut up and dribble, like she said, and as someone said, so this someone that said that was probably an alt-right person. At the end of the day, Fox News hosts are not dumb. They know what they're doing. She knew what she was doing when she did this. This was very intentional. So it was meant to drum up a little bit of attention. And I don't think it drummed it up necessarily in the way that she thought it would go. Um, Largely, a lot of people do disagree, but you are getting your people that don't that agree with her. And I want to show you why the struggle in this country continues on. I want to show you why I have hashtag all rights matter. Okay, I want to show you why I bought allrightsmatter.com and why I'm getting ready to do something with that. Okay, because we have to get back to our constitutional godly rights. That's what binds us all together, unites us all together. But what I want to show you is, you know are some obstacles that are in the way to getting there. So let's listen to what LeBron James has to say in response to Laura Ingram's comment, and then we're going to read some of the comments from the comments section.
I would not just shut up and dribble because I mean too much to my two boys here, their best friend right here, my daughter that's at home, my wife, my family, and all these other kids that look up to me for inspiration and trying to find a way out. The best thing she did is going to help me is create more awareness. So I appreciate her for even giving me even more awareness for me to sit up here in the greatest weekend of the NBA All-Star weekend, and I get to sit up here and talk about social injustice, equality, and why a woman on a certain network decided to tell me to shut up and dribble. So thank you, whatever her name is. I don't even know her name, but I appreciate what is it? Nobody knows. Oh, Tiago says no one knows, and that's perfect.
And that's that. So, you know, hey, it is what it is, and they don't even want to say her name or even say that it's Fox News Network. So, respect that. It is what it is. Why give her more publicity? So, let's read what it has to say. Yes. Ray Gomez. LeBron, you should be quiet because you show your ignorance. You play basketball, a child's game, and that's it. Give your time and money to put it into social injustice, like you say. But to curse your president is a shame on you and proof of your ignorance. And you're setting a terrible example for our youth. You don't have to ask what direction this person leans in. It's very easy to see that the person is very disturbed that LeBron James cursed the president and said "F Donald Trump." So who cares? People say it every day. It's not anything new. It's nothing new, and adults around other adults should be able to say that. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. Again, he pays taxes and contributes to the society like everyone else. His opinion is just as valid as the next person's opinion. So, the incompetence of this person to be able to write a sentence correctly is just mind-boggling. But they obviously feel emotional about their president. So good job, Ray Gomez. Let's click on this, see if it's a troll account. Let's see. Mm, doesn't seem like am I getting any personal real life things here? Okay, might be a real account. I'm not really sure. So They make a lot of good troll accounts these days. It's getting harder and harder to tell. Single there. This is possibly a real account. Who doesn't add a cover photo though? It's weird. So let's see this. I don't know. I don't know if it's a troll account or not. Can't really tell, guys. But anyway, these are the sentiments that are being shared. Let's go to the next person, Lavana Barnhart. Laura Ingraham is correct. Why listen to a high school dropout? He is unable to complete an intelligent sentence. I stand with Laura Ingraham and I watched the original statement on the show. Really? We've all seen the original statement and it's horrible. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I don't think he did drop out, so I don't even know what she's talking about. But these are some of the obstacles that we face when we talk about unity. Okay, classism and racism are our enemies, not each other. Okay, classism and racism are our enemies, not each other. It's a simple concept. That's what's being used to divide us, to fuel the divides against us. Classism and racism. That's it. It's a very simple mixture, very simple 1-2 punch, and it is quite effective for keeping a good, a majority of us divided, with no chance of being put back together unless we understand what's out there, which I'm showing you right now, and the obstacles that we have for unity and how to get over these things. All right, so somebody here, has some common sense. Darcy Peterson. Apparently, people really don't know LeBron and that he spends roughly 41 million to send kids to college that can't afford it, along with donating to other charities. So, all the money that he is making by dribbling a ball is also going to people in need. And how does this lady at Fox News help people? Oh, she doesn't. She just likes to mock people she knows nothing about. Yeah. Paula White, LeBron, shut up. Nobody cares. Just play basketball. Nobody wants to hear your crap, you overpaid athlete. Wow. Wow. This is America? This is America? This is the conservative side. This is what the Republican Party has become, the party that espouses the values of freedom of speech. Come on. Insults, slurs. Shut up. Shut up and just dribble. That's just short of shut up and do the physical activity I told you to do, boy. Come on, man. That's a grown man. You don't tell him to shut up and dribble. You don't do that. What kind of decency is that? There's no decency in that. You may not agree with what he had to say about Donald Trump, but it doesn't give you the right to slight him in that way. It doesn't. You are only an uneducated basketball player. That's it. No more. Basically a nobody. Just dribble the ball and stop trying to be anything but basketball player. That's what you are. This is America, guys. This is America. This is why so many people are separating themselves from this toxic. Now, don't misconstrue my words on what I'm about to say. There are good white people out there, but there is a toxic white culture that also simultaneously exists. Okay? And that's why people are separating from this toxic culture. This is why. The hatred, the hatred. LeBron James does so much for his community. It's ridiculous. Anyone who is creating opportunities for other people to create opportunities and have opportunities is a godsend, especially when that person is not out doing anything negative to impact society that would put anybody in a position of criminality or anything like that. The man is doing his job, what he's paid to do, okay? And he gets paid well to do it because he does it well. And on top of that, he's going above and beyond the call of duty of his job in stepping into philanthropy. Okay? So you have a man who's on a global scale, who's being scrutinized, watched every day, who is under severe pressure. Yes, he makes good money, but he's under severe pressure as well. Okay? And this man goes above and beyond the call of duty of his job, extreme high pressure job, to give to charity, to step out of his way, and not just give to charity, also give his time. Not just his resources, but his time and his name. His name that has value now because of just dribbling a ball. Laura Ingraham wouldn't know leadership qualities if they slapped her in the face. She wouldn't know leadership qualities if they slapped her in the face. She would not understand a hard work ethic. If somebody, if they forced her to work on an immigrant farm, she still wouldn't understand. Like she's so detached from reality. So detached from reality. She's even sat on a board, I believe, in college and gave some Bush is the editor or something on that board or on this newspaper in college. Sorry, not board, but newspaper in college. And they snuck into a meeting, I believe it was I believe maybe a meeting of some kind of like LGBT maybe kind of meeting, something like that, I believe. I can't really remember right now. But it was unethical what they did as far as recording these people and their personal stories that they were telling to each other. They didn't know they were being recorded in that fashion. Um, and it was controversial, and she stood up for that controversial move to exploit people in that kind of a way, and then made up some kind of BS excuse for it. So Laura Ingraham has always had low standards, and this was back in her college days, and she's, I don't know, 60, 70 years older now, so it was a long time ago. But at the end of the day, it oh man, this is horrible. This is horrible that this is what news commentators feel is acceptable in our society now. To level out insults like that. You know. So, how much of an uproar would the internet have been in if LeBron James would have replied with, "Oh, Laura Ingraham, no one wants to hear your commentary. Why don't you just shut up and get back in the kitchen?" Zoom? What? The internet would have been on fire. The internet would have burned down in literally in seconds. Okay? It would have been all that anyone would have talked about for the next week. Imagine that. Think about that. If LeBron would have simply responded with, "Laura Ingraham, come on. You know your place. Why don't you just shut up and get back in the kitchen?" So now, you know, if people on the left were as callous as some of the people on the right, they would back that up and justify that and say, well, she does like to cook in the kitchen. Well, she I guess she's a mother. I don't know. But she's a mother, so she does like to cook for her family. That's how the right would back up that kind of a claim. So somebody from the left would back up that claim, just kind of like that. Now, is it right? No, that's not right. But I'm saying, what if that was the reply? So the decency that he replied with is even being disrespected in this thread here. They're not focusing on the decency of the fact that this is a human that has a right to his own opinion and his First Amendment rights. These people don't give a shit about the First Amendment. Okay, let me tell you the first thing about these Republican conservatives that claim that they care about the fucking First Amendment. They're lying to you. They are lying to you. If you don't agree with them, they don't care about your right to freedom of speech.
Prof.
They immediately want you shut down. They immediately want anything that you have to say monitored, censored, whatever you want to call it. They are the easiest to convince to go with fascism. Easiest. Just like those on the left are the easiest to convince to go with socialism, or at least the progressive base. So, I I don't know how to say this more clearly. This is wrong. This is wrong in so many ways. It's wrong in so many ways. And this is not what journalism is supposed to be about, what reporting is supposed to be about. And if LeBron James would have leveled an equal comment, he would have been met with much harsher criticisms. Much harsher. Much harsher. Can you imagine the amount of conservative females that would have lost their shit? They would have lost it. I'm telling the truth. They would have lost it if LeBron James would have told Laura Ingraham, you know your place. Just shut up and get back in the kitchen. You know they would have lost it. So, let's read a couple more comments and I'll let you guys go. Uh, yeah, somebody made a good point here. A lot of people have commented that LeBron James makes incoherent statements and doesn't complete his sentences. Sounds to me like that guy in the Oval Office of the White House. If these people think LeBron should shut up and dribble, then shouldn't they be telling Donald Trump to quit masquerading as president and go back to real estate? Uh-oh, shots fired. Boom. Just using the same logic. People say, well, LeBron, Donald Trump was elected by the people. He is your president. He is your president. Hashtag MAGA. And, that's easy to reply with. Well, guess what? Before Donald Trump became the president, we've all been citizens and we all have rights. Hashtag all rights matter. Boom, shots fired. So at the end of the day, there's some people here that have gotten some good comments, but there's a lot of comments that are right at the top, as you see, that are agreeing with Laura Ingraham. And that's why I said she's dog whistling. She's dog whistling to that certain sector of the conservative base that happens to be um as Trump would say, what do you call them? Not stupid, um, ill-educated or highly uneducated, something like that. But he loves the uneducated. I believe that was the statement that he loves the uneducated. So he knows a great deal of his conservative base. They're uneducated people. They're people with, not tremendously high IQs. We're not talking about rocket scientists here. No slighted Americans that don't have higher IQs. I'm not mad at you about that. Um, it is what it is. Your ability to deduce some of these deeper situations and a larger scale of politics is not like somebody that has a higher intellect. And you find a lot of these people on the conservative side. So that's what Laura Ingram was doing. She was dog whistling to these people who are not intellectually uh, smart, intellectually developed, and and also to the people that just have pure hate in their heart. And, they don't like, you know, black basketball stars like LeBron James that do a lot of good things for their community and don't have any kind of negative scars or, in the community or anything like that. They don't like people like that. He's just a big N word to them. I'm keeping it real. That's it. So her dog whistling woke up that part of the base that, that's why these comments are allowed to be up here like this. 25, 29 replies. You see what I'm saying? These are the comments that are at the top. So, yeah. All right, so let's read this one. Everyone here who's telling LeBron to stick to basketball is a hypocrite. Basketball is his job, one of his streams of income. How many of y'all can say you have various sources of income? Better yet, how many of y'all work in Walmart or Target or even in corporate America and still voice your political opinions? And who is telling you to shut up and ring up the merchandise or shut up and push that paper? Anyone worth their salt has varied interests outside of their day jobs, so why shouldn't LeBron have the same right? Keyword right again. See, some people get it. Constructive criticism can be useful, but this is just foolishness. Hmm. We're going to have to go ahead and put some love on that one right there. Uh-oh. Had an error. I'm just going to like it. Oh, just got locked out of my account a second ago. Just did a video on that, so I don't know what happened, why I got locked out of my account, and I had to get back in my account. Very odd situation. Very odd situation. They made me upload a photo of myself and then told me that they weren't going to log me back in until they checked the photo, and I was currently locked out. And then, very next screen, they let me log in. I don't know why Facebook is playing these games. I don't know what uploading a photo of myself is going to help for account security. That's why I have account security questions, and a mobile phone number that they can reach me at and all this other kind of stuff if they want to send a text verification, whatever. So Facebook has been playing a lot of games with my account lately. They have permanently banned me from advertising on Facebook because I tried to help my dad's GoFundMe page because he was just recently diagnosed with cancer. So, I mean, just Facebook has been messing with me, y'all. So, no problems. Steam it in DTube, guys. Steam it in DTube. If you don't find me on Facebook anymore, if they somehow take my account down one day, not worried about it, don't care. This stuff is just frivolous stuff that doesn't matter in life anyway. Find me on Steam it and DTube. Always search for All Rights Matter. All is one word, all in one hashtag. All Rights Matter. Anywhere where All Rights Matter is, you'll find me there. So, again, just look for me. Sincere. All Rights Matter. You'll see me. I'm not a basketball fan, but those of us that live in Ohio know what his contributions have meant to the community and state. His support of our youth is unmatched. One wife, good kids, helps others, and loves his community. I think that is a pretty good role model. Wow. See, some people really get it. And the people in Ohio, there's some good folk up there, some real good people up in Ohio. So, my mom's twin sister, my aunt, actually has lived in Ohio the greater part of her life. She moved there young, I believe, about 20 years old or something like that, um, and has been there, for a few decades now. So, at the end of the day, our family goes out to Ohio and stuff like that to visit her, of course. But I've met some people in Ohio and some people from Ohio and, you know, just good people in Ohio. So they respect a good role model in Ohio, and that's what LeBron brings. So, there's the people talking down on LeBron. They, it's horrible. They're just letting their colors show. Their true inner colors show as far as who they really are. Yeah. Hmm. Wow, look at that. Let's all take a breath and remember Laura works at Fox News. So does she really rate a response from LeBron James? She is a third-rate hack who can never get a job at a legitimate news organization. Shots fired. Yeah. So, a lot of comments, a lot of varying comments, but I think there's more oh, see, somebody made that comment. There it is. I told you guys. Here it is. Could you imagine if he told her to shut up and stay in a woman's place? Wow. Would you tell him if he was a janitor to shut up and mop? No one elected Laura Ingraham last I checked. He is a citizen of this country and he is allowed to have an opinion, which I support. you know? So some people get it. Some people get it. Is this double standard is nasty. It's nasty. It's disgusting. You know? So, yeah. Look at this. Oh, I didn't even know Laura Ingram. Oh, she's an attorney on I care. If you don't care, you're part of the problem. A journalist and attorney telling someone they can't use their First Amendment rights. Get the fuck out of here. People get it. Americans are not as dumb as you think they are, Laura Ingram. They're not as dumb as you think they are. They understand when their First Amendment rights are being assaulted. You think that Americans on the left are dumb. You think Americans, the ones you're dog whistling to on the right, are dumb. And in some aspects, they are. And you got that right a little bit. But at the same time, there are some smart people on the right too that are saying, wait a second, this isn't right. I may not support what the hell LeBron James is saying, but at the end of the day, I do support his ability to say it. So Laura Ingram's, she should apologize. Period. She should apologize. She was completely out of place. Completely out of place for telling a grown man in America with the way that she said it from the aspect of that side that brings up so many bad memories of us just being told to shut up and go do physical work. That's all that we want you to do. We don't want to hear your voice. Shut up, boy, and go work. Oh wow, the way she said it in the spirit that came out of her while she said it. You can feel the spirit of her. The amount of spirit that came out of her, it was a very spirited response. You can see in her facial movements and the way she felt about what she was saying. She felt what she was saying. This was no mistake. This wasn't off the cuff. So that's my take on it, guys. I believe that we have a pretty good world out here overall. Laura Ingram does not determine the white race, nor does she determine um, the views of good people who believe in constitutional rights. She is not a champion of all rights matter, of that phrase. Um, she's the champion of supporting a man, okay, instead of supporting the republic for which we stand for. So, um, if you're into the work of helping people more than you're into the work of supporting one individual, then I'm more likely to be in your corner. Okay. If if you're into the work of just supporting one individual who is tremendously flawed and doesn't care about a great deal or a great portion of the United States, if you're into that kind of work of supporting that kind of individual and you're not spending the time focusing on the issues that affect real Americans on both sides of the aisle, and how to get, uh, you know, real real resolution to their problems, then I don't respect you. I have no respect for you. I have no time for you. Um, LeBron is out here helping people. He's doing it. He's living that life. And if his job is to dribble a ball to entertain people, um, then he's the best at doing that. He's one of the best at his job. Okay. But to reduce him to that's all that you are and that's all that I want you to be, so that's what you should be, it's wrong. Um, it has a slight stench of racism, and it's just something that shouldn't be tolerated. That form of disrespect should not be tolerated from people who aren't qualified to even write a proper news article, to even know all the facts. Laura Ingraham is a hack. She's a Fox News hack. Yes. So let's read what Rose Webster says. Freedom of speech? This gentleman donates huge amounts of money for various charities. Fox News can say whatever they want because of freedom of speech. Oh, and Fox News is entertainment, only not any real news. So, and somebody responds with, so is CNN and NBC. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. But that doesn't negate what Rose was saying. Fox News is entertainment and it's not real news. And it's crappy entertainment. So yeah, man. There's a lot of good support here. Um, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Also, First Amendment. If people have the right to own a weapon due to an amendment, but citizens have to be quiet, exactly how dumb are you? Yeah. So, yeah. There you poorly educated. That's what the comment was. Poorly educated. Okay. Sounds like those poorly educated Americans responding who voted for a daddy boy rich man who's dumb as rocks. Carry on, dumb dumb, while LeBron, self-made superstar, takes your money for us. Ooh. Shots fired. Oh, ouch. Carry on, dumb dumb, while LeBron, self-made superstar, takes your money for us. Yeah. Clay Tucker. Char- Charmaine Cooks Johnson has something to get off the chest. Now that I don't agree with no filter Jones. That's maybe you should put a filter on that. Every last one of the white people on here that are mad are broke, hillbilly, white trash, go food. I don't know what that means. But I don't believe in just, calling people white trash. I don't believe that helps anything. So, but that's that. They might be broke. I don't know. Could be. Might even be hillbillies. I don't believe in calling people white trash, though. Are there some trashy white people? Yes, there definitely is. I'll keep that real with you. Some really trashy ass white people, that especially the racist white people that we're talking about. That's primarily who we're talking about. Um, so with that being said, yes, there are trashy white people, but to run around calling people white trash, nah, not acceptable, not cool. You don't want people running around calling you black trash, so don't do that. We're trying to fight against that. We're trying to rise up and become better starting in 2018 and try to do something a little different and, have a little unity, man. We need a little unity. What is she saying here? As long as he pays his taxes in this country, he can say what the heck he wants. He generates more money than any of you negative jokers on here and has put his money to work by starting his own school and providing scholarships to those who wouldn't have any way to pay for an education. If you can't say the same and you are criticizing him, you need to put up or shut up. Very strong point. Very strong point. Yeah. There's still, some people out there. Charles Boyd, shut up and dribble. Yeah. Looks like a strong family man. And these are the type of people that agree on the low. Hmm. Yeah, you could tell he doesn't like to put out too much information, but he's pro gun, um, pro Bible, which I'm absolutely for pro Bible. I don't like to call myself a Christian, but I am a believer of Jesus Christ. I do believe in God. I do pray. I'm a very spiritual person. I don't live by the Christian religion all the time, but I decide to live my life based off of our godly rights, the Ten Commandments, and the feeling of decency that most of us have in us. I'm going to ask all of my Facebook friends, if you are not a Christian, if you are not a man, you are not a woman, what in the hell are you? And that's just, he's speaking to the people, in the left side of the movement who are binary now and all this other kind of stuff that I still don't understand all of it yet. But so, yeah, Charles is a conservative, Christian conservative guy who loves his guns. Once he's not a bad guy, I'm sure. I'm sure he's not a bad guy. Will he have some racist views? Um, I'm probably going to say yes. He's gonna have some racist views. Excuse me, guys. My neck is killing me on this couch right now. But he's gonna have some kind of racist views. I'm just guessing. Um, and why am I making that guess? Let me be clear because I don't want you people to say, well, you're just hurling around racist ideology and stuff like that. Once you've been doing this a while and you see a certain pattern of things, what ends up happening is this. I'm not going to say that Charles Bird is running around just being some kind of racist man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he probably does have a certain level of ignorance in his life about the African American culture based off of the amount of propaganda that he's fed and what he watches every day concerning media. Okay, so he very likely has a certain amount of ignorance of the African American community, the history of the African American community, and the current struggle that goes on in the African American community. So, without him even knowing it, some of the things that he espouses and supports and the ideologies he supports could be racist in nature just because he doesn't have the background knowledge and information of what he's supporting. So there's that. Let's go back though. All the anger under this post. Why though? So yeah, guys, I'm just one guy showing you what's out there, and I've showed you a lot. We have went over, I don't know, probably well over a half an hour worth of comments here, okay? And you get the chance to see for yourself firsthand, what's going on in social media land. What people are saying in social media land. These are our obstacles. These are our obstacles, okay, to getting unity in this country. There's not there's not a reason why we can't do it except for the fact that people don't want to do it. Excuse me. People don't want to do it because they want to hold on to their fear. They want to hold on to their brainwashing as well, as far as this man, Donald Trump, is going to change their lives and he's just the person they've all been waiting for. We all know that's not true. So, with that, guys, make sure you go ahead and follow me here on YouTube. But more importantly, make sure you click that bell. And as soon as you click that bell, I want you to go to my description box below this video. I want you to go ahead and find the link to DTube. Okay, find me on DTube, subscribe there, find me on Steemit. Go ahead and follow me there. That's where everything is moving to, guys. We're getting off of Facebook, we're getting off of YouTube, we're getting off of all of this stuff that is purposely deprioritizing us and demonetizing us. I have been permanently banned from advertising on Facebook because I tried to put up a post to help my mother put up a GoFundMe for my father who was just diagnosed with cancer. So that to me is just it's ground it's groundbreaking to the level of to the callous nature of Facebook. After all the ads that I've seen run on Facebook for various things that are a lot inappropriate, for me to have something so well written, it was just beautifully written by my mother and her sisters, my aunts, um, just beautifully written, and just to run a simple campaign targeting. Then Facebook has this as a target group, targeting people who have donated in the past to cancer foundations and causes. That is literally one of the target audiences, and that target audience between the ages of 28 and 65 in America is 1.2 million people. That's the only audience I wanted to target so we could try to get a little bit of financial support from my father on his GoFundMe page. I will leave a link to that below. We're going to do 100 days of that. As a matter of fact, starting now. We're going to do the first day. Well, you know what? Not starting right now. I'm going to start it tomorrow. I'm going to start it on Sunday. And for all 100 of those videos, I'm not going to curse in the video either. So that's something I was actually talking to my parents about. We're going to do a 100-day rally for my dad to go ahead and do a fundraiser for him so he can, get a little support towards his GoFundMe page. And just try to, get him over this hard time here. It's a challenging time as a family that we're facing. And we'll get by it. We'll definitely get by it with your prayers, your support. My mother is doing everything in her power to keep my father healthy. And her sisters are making sure that she stays healthy. So, and of course, all of us, the kids. So, yeah, just pray during these times, guys. Just really, really, really pray. But I'm going to start rambling on, guys. I've said all I had to say about this LeBron James situation. It's out of my system. It's out of my blood. I don't want to talk about it anymore. If you have any comments, just drop them below. I'll go ahead and read your comments. I might respond to a couple of them. Um, Other than that, guys, uh, you see what obstacles we have and what we face, in our journey to get to unity together, to truly prove that every single right for every single citizen matters under God. Okay? All rights matter. All rights matter. Why? Because we're all under God's law in this country. And that's the Ten Commandments. And that's our unalienable rights that are bestowed to us by our Creator, that all of us are created equal, all men. So, with that being said, um, our rights are being assaulted in a lot of ways in this country, and obviously, first speech is one of the ways that Fox News, when they don't agree with you, your First Amendment right, your freedom of speech, is the first way they try to assault that right. So, all rights matter, guys. Stick up, stick up for the good side wherever you see corruption at. Okay, that's all you got to do. Let's make this world a better place. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hop on my DTube, hop on my Steam It. I think the other one is Zapple. They're all connected to Steam It. But make sure you hop on all of those and just show love, support, subscribe, share. Get the information out there, guys, and check out some of the links in the description box below. As always, guys, stay alert, stay alive.